Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to The Average Citizen. Today, we're going to be talking about such a hot button issue, skill-based matchmaking. Should it be in the game? Should it not be in the game? We're going to dive straight in. Before we dive in, just make sure to drop a like on the video if you like it, a dislike on it if you don't. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what are your thoughts, What do you think about skill-based matchmaking? Do you buy the whole spiel about trying to, protect the player who's never played Call of Duty? Anyways, let's hit it up. Starting off with a little bit of the gameplay in the background, we've got Nuketown 24/7 as always, and if you just see right off the gate, you just get insta-melted. But doing everything I can here to just get a good gameplay in the background for you. It's really difficult because of how difficult the competition usually always is. I do end up managing to go pretty nice. I think I go like 72 and 22 or something like that. Pretty solid. And that's without, AC-130s and Valkyrie jets and stuff. But we got to talk, fellas. We really got to talk because the whole skill-based matchmaking thing, it's just dumb. I mean, we're just going to go straight off the bat, right out the gate. It's just nonsense. I mean, look, I'm going to start off by saying this. I don't think any good player wants to play Timmy No Thumbs, okay? Like, I don't want to play someone who doesn't understand how to hold the controller and how to use the left and right joystick in tandem with one another. That player that you've seen before in old school Call of Duty's walking around, looking at the ground, shooting clouds. Like, I don't want to play against that guy, If I find one of them in my lobby, am I going to be mad? Absolutely not. Those are free kills. But no great Call of Duty player or even just great pub stomper or even a person that can just manage a 1.7, 1.8 KD, we don't want to run into lobbies where it's just a bunch of people who don't understand how to play the game at all. It's boring. Okay, it's just boring. It comes to a point where, spawn trapping people who can't even make it out of their spawn is just not fun. It's just not. I mean, once in a while for sure, but after a while, it does get boring. But taking those people out of account, no one wants to be paired against people who are on their level every single game. Because let's be honest, every time you boot the game up, it doesn't feel like you're playing against people on your level. It feels like you're playing against people who are above your level all the time. And you somehow get match made with people who don't know how to hold their controllers. And you somehow have to carry the players that you've been matched with against a squad of yourself. That's what it always ends up feeling like. And at the end of the day, what the skill-based matchmaking system seems to do is to protect the bad players at the cost of the good players. We're going to dive further into this. You see, Call of Duty has always had a tradition, and I definitely heard Blame Truth's video. He was one of the ones who definitely hit it off just perfect with his. You should definitely check his video out if you actually come across mine. Check him out. Skill-based matchmaking, it alienates the whole having to get good, right? Like when I first played Call of Duty, I started at COD 4. My kill death ratio was atrocious. I think I had a 0.3 KD my first Call of Duty. I couldn't get any of the kill streaks. I got annihilated. My first game of Call of Duty ever, I went 3 and 33. Completely decimated. But even going 3 and 33, for some reason I wanted to pick up the game and continue playing. Because it just had something that was so magical about it, It was something so surreal and just so addictingly fun that even going 3 and 33, I couldn't get enough. And I played Modern Warfare out and got slapped all game long. And, Black Ops 1, I was not much better. I think my KD was a 0.75. And it took a couple of Call of Duties for me to even go even. I think Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty where I kind of scrapped out like a 1.1, 1.2 KD. And that took lots of time, It took lots of lobbies where I got absolutely spawn trapped, going 6 and 48. I was that guy going 12 and 56. And if we all really ask ourselves, I think we all were that person at one point. None of us hopped in a COD lobby, our first Call of Duty, and just went 73 and 2. I mean, nobody. You had to earn that. And that's essentially what Call of Duty's skill-based matchmaking has taken away from these players, because the best part about it all was this. After going through the christening, of getting skill-based, I'm not getting spawn trapped, and having to learn the hard way, the reward is eventually you get good enough to be the guy doing the spawn trapping, and that's your reward. Once you become good enough at the game, you find those lobbies where you get rewarded, where you get to drop chopper gunners and you get to drop AC-130s and you get to be on the team that's doing the spawn trapping, watching some other noob go 5 and 36, and that's essentially what they've taken away here, and it doesn't feel good because. And to me, the worst part about the skill-based matchmaking, and this is something that I have yet to hear from any of the YouTubers in any of the videos that I've watched, with the skill-based matchmaking literally going off your last performance, and I've tested this, I'll show it if I need to, I've tested this, it goes off your last performance. If you go 0 and 43, your next game is going to be an easy lobby. If you go 43 and 0, your next game is going to be terrible and hard as hell. Effectively punishing you for playing well and rewarding you for playing badly. And so you literally take away the reason to do good, the reason to be competitive. And it just gets to a point where you have to ask yourself, well, why am I playing the game? No one can see your stat board. No one can check your statistics in game. There are no lobby leaderboards anymore. It's not like you have the ranking that Optic, I'm old. It's not like you have the rating system that Nadeshot was talking about in his recent rant. You don't have any reason to try because you're effectively punished for doing so. The skill-based matchmaking is simply through the roof. And the worst part, what I was originally getting at here, was when you do well, you almost feel like it's not you doing well. It almost comes to a point, especially after you've had a few bad games where you've gotten trashed, it almost comes to a point where you feel like the skill-based matchmaking system has told you, hey, you suck so much balls that I'm going to put you into a lobby where you're actually going to be able to kill people. Effectively taking away the joy of winning. Because essentially you understand, because it's like, what, Activision just thinks we're stupid? Well, I'll answer that question. Of course they do. But you essentially make the player think to himself, the only reason I've won this past game is because the skill-based matchmaking system let me win. Because it decided that the bracket I was playing against was too hard and thought that I should catch a dub, so it put me against people that I shouldn't be playing against. And the biggest and worst part about all this, you guys, is that this happens naturally without skill-based matchmaking. The player base of Call of Duty is so huge and so diverse with skill gaps and time played and experience in the game that even without a skill-based matchmaking system, you're guaranteed to run up against people that are significantly worse than you and significantly better than you. The skill, let's be real, the skill level of Call of Duty players on an average has jumped, and I've seen a couple of YouTube videos regarding this topic as well. It's jumped. The skill of today's players, I would argue, on an overall level is pretty good compared to what it was 8 years ago. I would say your average player is better than they were 8 years ago. So it's, even if you remove the skill-based matchmaking entirely, it's not like you're going to just be throwing people like me who've been averaging almost a 2 KD every Call of Duty, who puts in almost 30 to 50 days every single COD, more days if they're amazing. It's not like I'm going to go against people who don't know how to hold their controllers every single time if you remove skill-based matchmaking. And that's not what's going to happen. The only thing that will happen is that you will have better lobbies with more fun. Activision, you should seriously consider listening to the fan base who have supported you for 10 years plus and take this out. As you see in the background, I dropped 72 and 24. I'm looking at that because that Fidel Castro guy on the enemy team started running his mouth saying, I'm going to try now. You better hope you're on my team. It was great. Pulled out the win, finally. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about skill-based matchmaking. Give me your comments, your thoughts. This is The Average Citizen. It's been great. My first real video. Much love, you guys. I'm out. Till next time.